All right, well, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
And this is, of course, Conversations with the Crawleys, where we have conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we do recaps, reviews, commentary on some of our favorite shows. This one is all about Love and Marriage DC edition. So if this is your first time, first of all, thanks for stopping by and making sure you're hitting that subscribe, hit the like, request notifications,
And share.
and we'll see you in the comments.
I was like, you got so many jobs, man.
And if you are part of the KT squad, welcome back.
You know how we do.
You know how this goes. All right. So we pick up with Winter and Arena having their conversation.
They're having a conversation?
Well, Arena starts she's kind of asking the question of, are you jacked in the head with all that's going on with your relationships?
Well, they were arguing, and we got to that point. So, when you start off, so they're having this conversation. They're not.
They're having a conversation. It's a little elevated. They have a conversation.
And look, more than elevated to me. We have fingers going. We up there getting out of our seat. About to lose our wig. About the other side of our head about to be shaved. About to be a mohawk going on.
So Winter is, we both have gone through infidelity, and Arena's like,
whoa.
No.
No. That's not my story. Don't make it to be my story.
My husband did not cheat on me with the nanny.
Right.
There's not a stepchild that I have because he's been out there.
Right.
And then
she was like, Winter was like, oh, no, we're not going to do this. We're not bringing up my ex who has nothing to do with this. Well, you did start it by saying we have the same. And she was just saying we don't have the same. So she had to distinguish between what you were doing and what her husband was doing.
Right. Because again, Arena's been like, look, I thought, but I never caught. Mm-hmm. There's nothing been confirmed. Mm-hmm. Nothing that I can point to. Mm-hmm. So she's like, I kind of thought I might have been.
Right.
But that wasn't the case.
Right.
Whereas Winter's like, yours is confirmed. It's the evidence is there, and there's proof. So we are not the same.
Right. But it kind of goes on, because it gets escalated instead of just being I guess the only thing she had to do was just be pretty frank. Like, I heard what you said. It hurt me. Mm-hmm. I don't like you talking about my husband. What I shared with you was supposed to be in confidence.
Right.
So the problem you have with Monique, I'm now having the same problem with you, talking about saying stuff.
Here's the thing. They're all upset about confidence being broken, but they all break in confidence.
Right.
You shouldn't have told, but I wouldn't told.
Right. So I think that would have kind of squashed everything, but she came in hot and it just got hot.
Coming in hot. All right, so then we have Jamie and Arena. They show up to Jamie's Baltimore event for the CIAA. Mm-hmm. And then Quick and Ashley show up, and then it's basically they're comparing event results. Who got the best, best party going on.
Right.
Quick is like, I'm shutting your city down.
Right.
I'm shutting the city down.
Right.
Jamie's like, well, I ain't from here, so I'm doing pretty good considering this isn't my city.
Right.
So then Chris and Monique show up, and then their friend Tasha shows up.
Right.
And Tasha rides for Winter.
Right. And Tasha's like, what are y'all going on? And then, matter of fact, not Winter, but Monique, can you check on Winter?
And Arena's like, yeah, check her.
And then she's like, no. No, I didn't say check her. I said check on her. Mm-hmm. Because it was just like, what I'm hearing, because Monique thought she's going to catch Tasha, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh no, I'm caught up.
I already got it.
I got it all from Winter.
Remember, we share everything that happens in this group, just not with the same people we're supposed to share with.
Same time.
So I already got it.
You don't have to explain.
I got the playback.
So she was like, oh, so she's talking to you too. Well, you need to go check on her.
Yeah. And then Monique's like, she says that Winter's putting her in the wrong position. Y'all putting yourselves in wrong positions. Period.
There's so many moves making on this chessboard.
And Ashley is like, I'm over Winter. She's like, everything dies in winter. So I'm done with Winter.
I was like, and then GJ's, It's just like, can we just stop talking about this? I just want to move on in life. Like, and then Jamie's like trying to tell Raina, because Raina's trying to like, well, see, I was gonna tell y'all about my fight with her. Because me and her about to get into it. And Jamie's like, no.
We about to go DJ.
No.
We about to have some fun.
No. And he's like, okay, let me use my hand on your chin. You know, there's two things to this. I think he doesn't know how to get acknowledged because she's ignoring him. And instead of saying, babe, we're going to have to talk about this. I am trying to get your attention, and you just keep going on and on and on. And then he is going to have to make a decision. If he can't get her attention, he's going to have to talk to her later. Yeah. Let her do what she's going to do.
Yep.
Because you can't police her.
Nope.
And so whatever's going to come out, or if she's going to say something wild and crazy, it's just going to come out.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to ever come off that you put hands on your wife. Yeah. Trying to stop her from speaking or just anything. Yeah. It's just not a good look.
Wasn't a good look. Yeah, and you could kind of see on the other people's faces, it was like,
what are y'all doing?
Bruh.
Y'all need to stop. Whatever this is going on between y'all need to stop.
Yeah, but he, rightfully so, he's irritated just how he handled it. He's irritated that this is an event that he's putting on. It's his business, right? It's his livelihood, and he's having and so yes, you have a group of friends that are kind of talking through everything, but it's like I'd be frustrated too. It's like, why are we talking about this woman who is not here, who has nothing to do with this? Y'all don't like her. We get it. We don't like her.
Right.
Let's stop talking about her.
Can we, if anything, he probably wanted to, steer the conversation of why they were there,
right?
Who this is for. But we didn't get to know any of that.
Yeah.
So
then we go to, they go to Winter's house, right?
Or you mean Monique?
Monique, well, yeah, I'm talking about production. They go to Winter's house.
They were already.
Well, yeah, they were already there. Because she talked
about her board.
So Monique stops by. And Monique is like, well, I've not experienced this winter before. I don't know what's going on. Something's not right with her. I need to see what's happening with her. And then, she comes in and she again tells, well, I told them about the nicknames. And Winter's like, duh. Half my fights have been about them nicknames. So, yeah, I know you told. Thanks for the heads up.
And I hear Winter's perspective. She's like, I think she's going to become a more casual friend instead of someone I would consider my best friend. I got to be able to know I can trust her. I'm trying to vent, and she's not allowing me to vent at all.
Right.
So why should I open up to her anymore?
Well, because here's the thing. I mean, but Monique she is riding that fence, if you will. She is really towing that middle line where, she said that she, was kind of taken aback as far as she wouldn't want someone creating nicknames about her husband. So then the place to tell that is when Monique is telling you when Winter is telling you the nicknames for the other lady's husbands. That's when you check her. If you're going to effectively have friends on all sides, then that's where you check her and say, look, I wouldn't want you talking about Monique's husband that way. So why?
That's the time. Or if you feel a certain way about it, or maybe in the moment you're kind of caught off guard that she's saying that.
Right.
And then you get home, you call back Winter and say, girl, after you hear your conversation and what you said about, my friends, because I'm assuming these people are becoming her friends, their husband, I just don't think it's right you be giving them nicknames and blah, blah, blah. Because to me, if you give other people nicknames, that means you're giving me a nickname. So, what is my nickname?
What they do behind other people's back is the same thing they'll do behind yours.
Because there becomes a point in this show where she called them gutter Barbies. Here we go. So, and the producer was like, "What's a gutter Barbie?"
Now I'm gonna give her so she's a little above average in her nicknames and stuff, right?
She's above average. She's above
average, right? because DJ Quick was funny, right? Or DJ Fun Size, I'm sorry,
right,
was funny. Not entirely original,
right,
but it was funny,
right.
right?
Red light special.
No, that
Yeah, you
gotta
trying
explain
too
that too
hard.
much, right?
Yeah, trying too hard.
Gutter Barbies was like, when she said it, was like, dang.
Yeah.
So she's above average, a little above average. She like 65%
Oh, that's
above.
the score.
Well, because if we're talking 50% being middle of the road, average, whatever, she about 65%.
Like they ain't gonna go ahead and see this. So you resolve issues to create more issues later on when they're gonna bring out the receipts.
Because at the reunion, I'm sorry, I Ashley gonna react to being called a gutter Barbie. I can almost guarantee that.
If we don't have another fight, well, we will. But anyway,
more fights, yes.
But here again, you're saying, "Yeah, I could do better," and then you say something else. So
Winter does break down, it has an emotional moment, right? About talking about the baby drama, because she's like, it wasn't, shouldn't have gone there. Da, da, da. Again, let me just remind you though, you bringing up other people's potential infidelity. So when it's called out on you,
I don't know what else to tell you.
So, and she does at least have an aha moment that maybe with everything that she has going on, it's taking a toll on her. Right. That, if this is, and again, we don't know because we're just seeing what we're being presented with. Right. But it could very well be, yes, that all of this is bringing out a side of Winter that may not be her normal side. Correct. Right. But then you have to make sure that you get the assistance you need to protect your character, your reputation, your mental health, all of those things.
Yeah. So her having a hard time doing that just puts her in a place where we're calling more contention between her and the women instead of her bridging to give, opportunities to make new friends during this season of her life.
Yeah. So then Jamie and Arena are at their house, and they bring Terry, the intuitive healer, over. You remember a couple episodes they were in the salt cave, and what have you. So basically, Jamie's like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I want to do this, but they go through it, right?
Right.
And one of the things she picks up again with Jamie, she talks about Arena kind of covering up some things, being a little fake, trying to be too perfect.
I was like, okay.
Yep.
And so she was like, she calls them out, just even her interaction with them. Like, whatever this is going between you guys, and you think you're showing the perfect and happy marriage, you're not.
Right.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
It's showing that it's the opposite.
Yeah. And
so she kind of goes back to Jamie's upbringing between the age of 0 and 8, and about the nurturing and women in his life. And it's interesting how you pick Arena, as from going to your dad's house to living with her. And she brings up a question like, do you really, do you love her?
Right.
Talking about Raina. And so it kind of cuts.
Yeah.
And just leaves that.
Which means we'll pick it up at another point.
Right.
We'll have that conversation.
Right.
But yeah, she, talking about Jamie's kind of rage over, nurturing and feminine energy and all those things. So, the only thing I think that they're sticking a little too hard on this. There's a lot of talk, if you will, about Jamie being aggressive, and we do see some of those things, right? Yeah. But I think that they're going,
they're creating a narrative that may not be there,
right?
Because again, we talked about this even in other episodes when we're talking about Black men and saying the word aggressive.
Right.
I don't think he's aggressive in the term that's defined in the dictionary.
In the way it's normally presented.
Right. I think he's at some point he can control himself, but he does get loud or whatever and try to take control of the situation. But I still feel that's pretty typical for any person who's not being acknowledged and heard. And when you're asking someone to do something because of your concern of what that may look or whatever, and that person's not responding, then that's when you have to come on point, like, what else can I learn not to have to feel like I have to physically stop somebody from doing something.
Right.
So
yeah. So then Chris and Monique go to a dance exercise /
it's supposed, there was that yoga. What's the yoga?
tantric yoga.
Yeah, but they were using weight. So I don't know what they were doing, but it was supposed to be similar to tantra yoga.
Yeah.
But
Chris is like, yeah, we're gonna use these moves in the bedroom. Like, thank you.
he's like, well, and then the instructor goes, so you've done some of this before? Well, we got 3 kids or 4 kids, how many kids they have.
Mm-mm.
So he was like, I guess you could say we have, but it was just another way they were trying to just reconnect.
Yeah.
At the main thing of it. But they get an opportunity to de-stress and to come down from their time of exercising, where we get into the real meat of the story.
Because for a moment there, he was doing like John Witherspoon from Boomerang when he was in Boomerang. Bang, 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 bang. He was trying to, yeah. All right, but yeah.
He was trying to, yeah.
Bang, bang. All right, so then, yes, so they do kind of get to the root of it, root of a thing, really, because she starts off the conversation saying, I was complaining about you as usual. He's like, whoa, wait, whoa.
Right, like, what are you saying to your friends about me? And why are you bashing me? Me? Bashing you? I'm not bashing. Yeah, you are. You said you're complaining about me. I'm doing...
Well, not just complaining about him, but there's a phrase that she put in there, as usual, which means that this is her MO. This is what she does by her own. These are her words,
That's
not mine.
Words.
She said, complaining about you as usual.
That's true. You're right. I missed it.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No.
Yeah.
That's why we do these. You catch stuff I don't catch.
I just messing with you. Because he's just like, I need you to stop bashing me. You see, I'm trying. I'm doing everything I can. So, do you ever say anything good about me to your friends? Can you tell me what you say good?
Yeah.
About me to your friends? And so she's like, you're a good dad. You're a good husband. You're a good dad. You're a good husband.
Yeah.
You made a lot of money. So it's just like, really, So he was like, well, what I need you to do is to stop doing that and give me, some reassurance, like the things I do well. I need you to mention that a lot more often than what you're complaining about. He's like, I'm here at this time in my life to be about my family.
Yeah.
And to handle it while you're handling your business out on the radio. And
he does make a statement. He's like, but I also think about, what if I could coach on the college level? And for her, that's kind of some of the things that she's been kind of, I get an understanding, in my opinion, of what she's trying to get at is she wants to hear what's next for him, where he is, right? Yes, and we've talked about this, that, it's very difficult to make that transition from your entire life has been geared towards playing your sport at a high level.
At a high level.
You've been successful in the league, right? And now that's over. What's next, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, it's good that he at least is acknowledging these are some things. I'm focused on my family, but this may be something that I may want to pursue. And she's open to that. She's like, I'm good. Let's support that. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's support that. So.
And I think that's the thing, like you were saying, I think the thing she wants, because a lot of times women wants to hear their husband's vision. Where are we going? If you're leading our family, I need to hear out loud, where's our next? What are we supposed to be doing as a family? But when you're not getting what you feel is true honesty, because that's what she said, I just want you to just tell me like what you really want to get. done or accomplished in your life, and I feel like you just been saying stuff that you think I want to hear.
Yeah.
And I think once they can both realize that and say, okay, well, let's really just have those honest conversations and having those moments where they can just relax and don't feel so intense about trying to have the conversation, but just let it come naturally.
Yeah.
So
then all the fellows meet up at Bar One, which is owned by Peter, who was the husband of Cynthia Bailey, if I remember correctly, on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, so they all meet up at that spot. Peter comes out, hey, talks about Quick being too expensive as a DJ.
I don't want to have much Quick charging, because for him to be hitting all them venues, you would think Quick ain't making no money. Like, I got to go to this next one because this first one didn't pay as well as this third one going to pay. But when I get the sixth one, I'll be able to stay in my house because he got 20 venues over the weekend.
Quick acting like he a pastor that's trying to go around to all the churches in the neighborhood so he can get his $25 honorarium so he can make it through the week on gas money. That's how Quick operating.
I was like, how much money are you making? And why do you have to have 20 venues?
But he
Jesus Christ.
He's stacking up.
Hey.
So then Kevin shows up.
Dun dun dun.
Kevin, as in the scamming husband of Winter.
Because everybody's like, oh, so now we get to finally meet the person everybody's been talking about.
We've been talking about this brother. I at least get to meet him now.
But this is the most awkward thing I've ever seen. So the brother comes.
You know, it's like he got his briefcase. He got his dockets.
Right. Like, I'm here to present my case. Not I'm here to get to know everybody. Right. Let me tell you my story. Like, see, here's her book for 15 months. It's the exact everyday encounter of our happy life.
It was so blissful.
In 15 months.
It was amazing.
It's an ebook. It's like,
that he printed out.
Right.
He got the
original
manuscript, the signed copy
from Winter. And then he pulls out this other book. So, and my endeavors.
Yeah,
see,
it's like you're bringing out his contracts and all the stuff from the business.
And everybody like, and here go DJ Quick. Hey, that's all good for you. I hope all that work out. I'm out. Because I'm tired of hearing this. I'm out.
He's like, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, you starting bringing stuff out? I don't got time for all that. I don't want to hear your long story. How you're a scammer, which didn't get scammed, but is scam with the scammer. Yeah. Bye.
But have y'all ever been in a conversation that you're trying to figure out how do I exit this conversation?
That's
good. What Quick was doing. Quick was like, he might even texted his wife and like, look, I need you to call me in 5 minutes. Tell me that there's an emergency. So, hey, I gotta go. I gotta run. I love y'all. Love y'all. See y'all. It was good.
Drink.
See y'all.
Have a good. How that work out? When they start standing on like, yeah, I hope that worked out. Then you gotta go.
Yeah. And he was good about not letting Kevin interject anything.
Right. That's why you say all those gestures.
You keep talking,
right?
So you can keep easing out the door,
right?
We'd be like, I'm not having it.
I was like, I don't know.
Y'all stick around. I'm gone. So then they finally leave, but they are gonna go to the retreat, right?
Oh yeah, but you have to mention that Kevin was like, I'm still married.
Yeah, Kevin was like, I still got the ring.
I guess that.
I'm still married.
That's when you. Okay, yeah, you're delusional. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there is a getaway that Monique and Chris are doing for the couple. They want all the couples to go.
Right.
And so they're going to meet. They are all meeting at Monique and Chris's house, so they can take a party bus, or whatever, up to or down to this place in the south part of Maryland.
Yeah.
Probably where?
Well, there's a couple of places.
Oh, okay.
Just depends on where they're going, because you got like Eastern Shore. I think it's called Eastern Shore, and then it's Chesapeake Bay.
Gotcha.
So, because it says, I forgot, he just said by water.
And it's the winter, so it's almost looking like a scene out of Why Did I Get Married? That's probably what it's going to end up being. So Tyler Perry, you might want to keep an eye out, make sure.
You might have to rewrite the story where the one couple has the scammer. So we watch. Why did I get? Was this part 2? Is this part? What was it? Was it part 1 when they were?
It was part 1 where they were in the cabin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about.
That's what it's going to end up being.
That's what's going to end up being. And then someone storms out of the house. Long as someone didn't say they got an STD.
Winter storming out the house. For sure. All right, so they're showing up there, right? Or they're kind of gathering at Chris and Monique's house. And Monique is like, well, first of all, I invited Winter because I couldn't invite her, the person that she told me about as far as the sex therapist. I couldn't invite her and not invite Winter. Yes, you can.
Right.
You absolutely can.
Right, because Ashley's like, here we go. Okay, first of all, you like, okay, I don't want to surprise you guys, so I'm gonna tell you ahead of time. This is what Monique's saying. And then Ashley's like, she's not a couple. She doesn't have any couple. Why is she not a couple? Why is she coming to bring somebody? So it's like, oh Lord.
And then Chris is like, oh, by the way, I did invite Kevin too.
I was like, y'all messy. I'd be like, I ain't going nowhere with y'all anymore.
Right. Okay. So if it's if it's a couples retreat, if it's a couples outing, if it's a couples event, why are you inviting a couple?
Not a couple.
Technically,
right.
They're a couple because they going through a divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why are you inviting them alongside couples that are trying to improve their marriage
or a detox for marriage?
So you bring toxic people there?
That's what Ashley's like. I thought we was supposed to be getting detoxed, not being toxic.
So that was it for this episode. The trailer for next week looks like, of course, Kevin shows up and Winter has a fit and like, I'm not dealing with it. I don't want to sit next to him.
Right. I don't want to be near him. So, and he's he's still holding on to them in that briefcase. Lord Jesus. Talking about he got the lawsuits and everything.
Listen, I'll give him credit for trying to fight for his marriage.
Hey.
But, bruh.
I don't know what's going on. It sounded like it was a lot of miscommunicated because he was like, as he indicated, he's like, well, I didn't tell her a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sounds like you should have.
Right.
And so only thing she has to go off of is what she's getting to the house because she's getting served, bro. She's getting served.
You got served.
Right. All these references.
I'm sorry. Listen.
So I'm just like, I get her perspective, but their whole relationship was 15 months. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. Well, listen, that's it for this one. We'll see you all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.